and snap your fingers, then you lean back. Miles out of state, on the day they never seen that. Ain't back, throw and snap your fingers, then you lean back.
Hello and welcome to Viti Vibes TV. I'm your host, Pranay Sharma. We're broadcasting from the unceded territories of the Kwantlen, Silvertooth, and Squamish Nations. We're grateful for all the people that have let their land and given it to us, and it's their sacred land and territories with non-Indigenous people, so we're glad to be sharing it with them. The first show of 2023. Happy New Year to all of you and all of your loved ones from us at Viti Vibes TV. May the new year bring unconditional love, prosperity, peace, and good health. We will be right back after these words from our sponsors.
I understand how important it is to have a place called home, and it's frustrating using your hard-earned money on rent. Vic Prasad can make you a homeowner. Get pre-approved services provided to first-time buyers and new immigrants. You can qualify for mortgage even if you have bad credit. Call Vic Prasad now on 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is associated with Craft Mortgages Canada Incorporated. I understand how important it is to have a place called home, and it's frustrating using your hard-earned money on rent. Vic Prasad can make you a homeowner. Get pre-approved services provided to first-time buyers and new immigrants. You can qualify for mortgage even if you have bad credit. Call Vic Prasad now on 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is associated with Craft Mortgages.
For any kind of visa-related services, contact Milky Way Immigration, a galaxy of opportunities located at Unit 209-9547 152 Street, Surrey, BC. They have licensed immigration consultants, placement officers, and LMIA experts to meet your immigration and recruitment needs. Book one-time free consultation either on Facebook or by calling 604-396-0005.
Arvind's Curry and Cocktail, Indian cuisine. They do catering for all occasions and they do free delivery. Please call 604-515-1070. Address is 420 6th Street, New Westminster. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. For deliveries, call 604-515-1070 or arvindscurry.com.
Bollywood Banquet Hall and Conference Center, located at Pile Business Center at 201-8166 128th Street in Surrey. No celebration is too small to accommodate you. They have newly renovated 2 halls to serve you, up to 1,000 guest capacity, top-notch chefs to delight you with delectable and heavenly cuisine. So just call Bollywood Banquet Hall at 604-598-2700 for your events.
Thank you, sponsors. As you all know, no show is complete without our sponsors, and for you to highlight your business, this is exactly where you need to put your advertisement. Now, we have our director, Shannon Pramal. Please have a look.
Hello and welcome back to Viti Vibes TV. I'm your director and host, Shannon Pramal. Thanks for sticking around with us yet another week, and you can catch episodes of Viti Vibes every week. That's Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Sundays at 4:30 p.m. on the Shaw Multicultural channel. And in case you want to follow us on our social media, that's at Viti Vibes TV on Instagram and Facebook. You can catch all the behind-the-scenes content and future guest reveals on our social media accounts. You can also catch us on YouTube as well to view our past episodes, and that is also Viti Vibes TV. With that being said, Happy New Year to all of our viewers and our supporters that are watching our show every week. We're more than thankful to be heading into a new year with all of you here. And again, I'm joined with Shivani here as well. And we're both very grateful that we get to be here and we get to share our 2022 reflections and get to kind of engage in the conversation of what 2023 might hold and kind of reflect on what we've kind of endured in our lives, I guess, in the last year as well. And of course, we're also talking about goal setting and how and all things related to new year, new me kind of thing. But yeah, definitely focusing more on the new vibes and setting the energy right for 2023. And so, first question I want to ask everybody is, what 3 words would you use to describe your past year? So for 2023 or 2022. Shivani.
I would say unexpected, roller coaster, and just an eye opener, honestly. Like, it was just like a wow.
Sounds like you've had a wild year based off of those 3 words.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I haven't even thought about any of these answers beforehand. if I had to sum up my 2022, I think, I'd also be like a little bit unexpected, grateful, and perseverance. I think I've definitely had to persevere through a lot more things this year as well, with a lot of like personal matters and having to go through that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, always came out resilient and like learned to become a stronger person on the other side. But yeah, what 3 words would you guys use to describe your 2022? Let us know. But yeah, we're talking about the new year and all things related to the new year. How happy are you to be done 2022?
Oh, I am so happy.
I have a feeling you were. Based off those 3 words.
Happy. I cannot explain how happy I am to go into the new year. Oh boy.
Yeah. Let's take a second and reflect first before we start talking about the new year. Let's talk about some favorites. And again, you guys feel free to think about your favorites too. And it gives us all a good time to reflect on the things that we've got to enjoy and the things we've got to learn in the past year as well. I feel like we can kind of do like a rapid fire, I guess. But let's talk favorites first and foremost. So let's start off with favorite song
Favorite song that came out
of the year.
Of the year. Oh boy. I'm mostly into like Tamil music, but Tamil music is just, I don't think anybody's gonna understand that.
Well, if you have a favorite song, if that's your favorite song.
But when it comes to like nowadays songs, I've been liking the Drake album, like
yes.
and then on BS that one, and then Rich Flex.
Okay.
Like the 2 that I've been like on repeat at the moment.
Yes.
Classic.
I think my top song for 2022, that's actually hard. I have to like go into my Spotify library and like actually, you know what? No. Based off my 2022 Spotify Wrapped, it told me my top played song was Slow Motion by Omar. You know that like TikTok song?
Yeah.
That was my most played song of 2022. And then after that, I think it was Trap House by Shirley Clearly you can see my music plays all over the place. But those are my personal faves. Most played, obviously, according to Spotify.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my favorites. What is one of your favorite memories from the past year?
Oh, from this year, my favorite memory is we finally got to do YTS. That was like my one.
Can you explain what YTS is?
YTS is, you probably heard of us like talk about it on the show, like how Shannon and I are in a non-for-profit organization that we do like a youth talent show. So that's what we finally got to do this year. So it was like, okay, there was that. And then, yeah, that was like my one main favorite. And then me turning 20, there was that.
Big 2-0.
The big 2-0, yeah.
Do you feel like a whole new person now?
Nope.
No?
Same person.
It goes downhill for... I'm joking.
Don't scare me, man.
No, you're good. Definitely, favorite memory, I think, would be... Okay, I have to explain this. Like, graduating, has been one of the best things to ever happen to me, because I've been working in school for like the last 5.5 years to get my bachelor's, and I finally was able to do that. But my favorite memory was when I submitted my last final exam, and boy did that feel so good to get it over with. So I think that was probably my favorite memory because it had the best feeling associated with it. For any of you at school, still in school, good luck. Hope all is going well with you guys and your exams are going well. I know exam season just finished. For the
next semester is starting.
Next semester is going to be starting for high school students, and then for university students, the semester's still going. But it's a new semester too.
It's a new semester.
Yeah.
So
See, I've been out of school for a couple months now. I forgot. Everything's just out of my head now. But yeah, okay. What is the best advice you may have received this year?
Take time in dating. Don't rush into it.
Can I ask who gave you this advice?
My own brother did.
Oh, no way.
Well, not my brother. He just tells me, Swagni, you're dumb. It's okay. Just keep going. But
that's the lesson you took out of it?
Yeah, I took out of it. But actually, his girlfriend's the one who always tells me to, like, it's okay. Like, you're still young. Just take your time. So that's the one best advice I got.
That's good. Did I get any advice this year? I feel like everything just goes through one ear out the other for me.
I feel like you give advice, not get advice. That's what I feel.
I'm very much like I give my 2 cents to everything. I have lessons that I've learned for sure. But yeah, like maybe what's a lesson that you've learned this year?
Oh, lesson I have learned is to not date someone that's not in the country, and to always. Another lesson is like.
That's funny. Actually.
Yeah, that is. But I guess like another one is like to always like focus on yourself than other people. Like,
Oh yeah, no,
use
that's a
your
good one,
energy.
and I think that kind of relates back. You like
Yeah.
focus on yourself
Focus on
first,
myself
kind of
first.
thing. You know what? I always said this, and I'm not sure if I've said it on the show, on the record or anything, but I've always told people, you can never give too much to others because it's basically like the saying that you can't give people water from your well when it's empty for yourself, right?
Exactly.
I probably butchered that, but it's
But it
something
makes
along the
sense.
lines. I hope everyone got the gist of what I'm trying to say.
It makes sense.
Yeah. How about one skill that you've learned this year? I feel like I could answer this for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I want to see. I want to hear what you have to say first, and then.
I don't know. A skill. I guess like I've gotten more. I feel like I've gotten the hang of taking responsibility. Like taking more responsibility.
Yes,
I feel
and
like
and I
I've
was
done
about
that.
to say, obviously Shivani and I, we've been friends for we became friends for quite some time now, and obviously through our not-for-profit work, I've been seeing her basically grow up in her responsibilities and her leadership abilities as well. So yeah, you're totally right about that. I was gonna say maybe a skill was because you're taking care of financial stuff now, that you're learning about all that and just kind of learning numbers and
Yeah.
the procedures behind the financial societies, financial bookkeeping and stuff like that. So I think that's something you might have learned. I don't know. I was just speaking for you.
No, yeah.
But I'm glad you said that because it kind of ties in with that
Yeah.
too, for sure. Something that I've learned. Something that I've learned, like a skill per se.
I feel like you teach more than learn. Cause that's what you've been doing.
No,
with
that's the
me.
vibes I give.
Yeah, that's what I mean. For me, that's
That's true,
all
too.
you do is just you teach me on things that I need to do, but especially when it comes to our youth work or an organization. So
Well, thanks.
I was like,
I think for me, personally, maybe a skill that I've learned is to be set my boundaries. And obviously, it's still always a work in progress. Setting boundaries, right? And I think I've always been someone that overworks myself and always is giving more to other people and then don't know when to set my foot down to the point, because it's it'll get to a point where you get taken advantage of, right? And it's just it's like a gray area, and learning what that gray area is, when to put your foot down, kind of thing. Obviously still working on it. Anyone that has tips, let me know too. But yeah, just trying to be able to learn to put my foot down, and I think that's maybe a skill that I'm getting a little bit more better at.
yeah.
But definitely something still
Yeah,
always being worked on. You can never be perfect at anything.
That's what I was saying. I was like, you're learning how to delegate nowadays.
Absolutely.
When you need to.
Yeah, no, totally. What's one thing you're thankful for?
One thing I'm thankful for, I don't really say it as much, but I'm thankful for my 3 little cousins and my one annoying brother, because if it weren't for those guys, I would be totally insane. But yeah, those three keep me occupied. They make sure I'm okay. They always call me. I mean, they call to bug me or to show something, but
It's how they show
there.
love,
Yeah, it's there. And then my brother he's just there.
He's just there.
He's just there.
No, but you know what? Having good company makes for good times, though, and good memories. 100%.
Yeah, and I guess I'm thankful for you and you guys here.
I'm thankful for all our viewers and my team and everything in between. Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. What's something you're glad you're over with in 2022?
Oh, something I'm glad I'm over with.
What is something you can't be more happy to leave behind?
People. Certain people.
Certain people?
Certain
Okay.
people
Yeah.
I met throughout the year. I'm so glad I'm leaving them behind. Jeez.
Yeah.
I can't take them with me.
Yeah, no.
2023.
No, 100%. And I think it's definitely, like, I've always been saying, like, you need to set your vibes right, set your circle right,
Exactly.
keep your circle close. And I always say, people come and people go too. Some people that, enter your life one day might not be there the
Exactly.
next day, in all aspects, right? Whether it's, like, a significant other, or, like, family, or friends.
Yeah.
People come and people go. But you can't dwell too
Yeah,
much on it,
yeah, I
right?
can't.
Keep the memories, move on.
I'd rather just keep my circle small
Exactly.
as possible.
Yeah. Teach their own. Yeah. What is something that you look forward to in 2023?
I'm not sure, honestly, because I don't know what 2023 is going to give me, and, like, I don't know what to expect from it, so I guess, like, I just have to wait and see what it gives me to excite me.
Yeah. Usually I feel like I get a pretty good, I always say, like, I have a good, like, seventh sense. I have to explain this, because basically,
So the
yeah,
same thing
obviously,
about 2020.
no. So basically, it's just funny. This is a funny little thing. I just say with everyone, everyone has five senses. All humans have five senses, right? But then women have a sixth sense,
Yes,
right?
yeah, we have
Seven. I have a seventh one, and it's just a personal one, right? And I feel like that one has always been giving me, like, the most accurate, like, gut feeling, and it always pans out to what I assume it's gonna be. It's just like, you just kind of know, it's your conscience, right? You gotta follow it. But yeah, basically, usually I have, like, a pretty good, okay, like, I know I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z or whatever, and then just move into the new year, like, okay, yeah, like, this is the vibes, right? And set my energy right. But then I'm not getting any, like, anything for next year. So I feel like I definitely need to sit down with myself and set my goals.
Yeah.
And just kind of reflect on, okay, what do I want to do for the coming time now? Because I feel like the big ones was, like, school, work, figuring that out, and, like, just setting, like, my personal and career and educational stuff, like, lay down the foundation for that. And now that I've done that, now I'm just like, okay, now what do you do? How do you adult now? Right? I feel like that's what it's come to now. But speaking of goal setting, we're also going to be talking about goal setting and how to achieve your goals that are in a more practical manner. So, first and foremost, what is a goal? What's your explanation? How would you explain it?
So for me, a goal is like a milestone that you want to achieve. Not like a milestone, but, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's an accomplishment that you've been, like,
Yeah.
planning out, that you want to do to, give yourself that motivation that, yeah, you can achieve anything, you can do anything.
Yeah.
With it.
No, 100%. A goal is basically something you want to achieve. And usually they're long-term. There's long-term and short-term goals, but typically goals tend to be more longer in term. But yeah, I think one of the things everyone kind of gets a little messed up with when it comes to goal setting, I know a lot of people set up resolutions when it comes to New Year's especially. And a lot of people end up failing miserably too. Because resolutions, so the difference between goals and resolutions are more short-term versus goals, which can be more long-term, right? And so a goal isn't just an objective. There is more description behind what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it, kind of thing. Whereas a resolution, temporary, giving short-term gratification, and it's opposed to, like, delayed gratification and that sort of stuff. So because of that, like, resolutions don't tend to work out. For example, like, people saying, oh, I'm going to hit the gym, like, every day for the new year. And then,
But that only happens for, like, what, a month, and then it just
maybe.
dies down?
Discipline is
Literally less than
there's a
month.
lot of things that go into that. But, yeah, you have to, when setting goals, one of the tips that we're always given is setting SMART goals.
Yeah.
So SMART actually is an acronym. It's the SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound.
Yeah.
Remember that. So basically what this means is your goals have to be specific, because if they're not specific, you're not going to know what you're really trying to do.
Yeah.
They have to be attainable, obviously, because you need to be able to think of things realistically, practically, right? Something small, and then leading up to a bigger goal. And then, I missed the M, didn't I?
Yeah,
Measurable. Setting things that you can measure, so you can actually see the...
Like a progress.
Yeah, the progress that you're going to make.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, obviously setting time limits. Not time limits, but
like
a certain
timing it
time
out, management,
frames,
making sure you have your time management towards it.
Yeah, prioritizing it
Yeah,
properly.
relevance is like, relevant.
Yeah, relevant.
So it's like how important it is to you.
Yeah.
Like how much
Exactly.
importance you give to that certain goal.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's it.
So
You
setting
have to-
SMART
yeah.
goals, that's tip number 1. I know some people setting 90-day goals is a thing. So it's an actual thing. So 90-day goals.
Yeah.
Rather than setting one goal for like, say, over the year.
It's just like
People set like 90-day goals. And I think I also tend to set like goals for the year. However, I would be adjusting them throughout and setting like sub goals, if that makes sense, to achieve the bigger picture. You know what I mean?
I think you mentioned like your stars and wishes or something.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
stars
So
and
basically,
wishes, yeah.
me personally, something that works for me and might work for you, I make what's called a stars and wishes list. So it's just a fancy way of saying it's goals and things that I want to accomplish within the year. They can be anything from just drinking more water, or going to the gym, or trying to like get my health in check or something, right?
Yeah.
Random things that I want to accomplish, and like bigger goals that I want to accomplish too, like get into school or blah blah blah. It could be literally anything. But yeah, I set this list, and then I also set like another list of random things that I accomplished throughout the year too. So it also helps me like feel better about myself that, hey, like, you know what, I did some pretty cool things, and at the end of the year when you're looking at it, it's like, even though maybe you don't reach all your goals, and that's just the reality of it, like if you set so many goals, you're not going to reach all of them, and I know this because I've failed miserably at some but have achieved others. But when you have that little other list of things that you've accomplished, it makes you feel good. Like, hey, you know what? Even though I didn't achieve everything on my initial list, I've kind of like got like this much progress down, or like I've done X, Y, and Z that wasn't A, B, and C,
Yeah, exactly.
which I wasn't expecting. And surprises are always nice to
Yeah.
have, right?
Of course.
So yeah, setting 90-day goals, back to that. I feel like that would be more realistic for some people because you can reset new goals every 90 days. So that's like a month, 2 months and a half. Yeah, 2.5 months. Sorry, the English. But setting those goals so you can adjust them every 90 days and see kind of where you're sitting at, and then what can you do from there, right? Because obviously it's hard to say from the beginning of the year if you're setting a goal, right? Setting the goal and then being like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to reach this by this time at the end. So there's that, like, you set the goal here, and then the end of the year is over here. But then in the middle, you don't know what anything's going to look like. Is it going to be easy getting to that? How, like, are you going to, like, be on your way to that, but then you're going to see an obstacle, have to face the obstacle, and then you're set back a little bit, and then you're not, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's, the good thing about 90-day goals is you can adjust, right? Like, reset, basically, your goals every 90 days. So that's another suggestion as well. Setting goals you can control. I feel like that's also another key tip as well. And making visuals. Do you usually make visuals when you set goals or no?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just me. It could be, and see, that's the thing. I'm sharing my personal, things that I personally do, things that I know I've told other people to do, and I've seen other people do, because it might work for you or it might not. But we're here to help each other. That's at the end of the day, right? So making a visual, I feel like, because personally I'm a visual learner, so, and I'm the type of person, if it's not in front of my face, I'm not going to pay attention to it. It's like the whole thing, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, it's like whether it's like written on a whiteboard, and it's like, okay, you wake up, you look at your whiteboard every morning kind of thing. It's like, okay, yeah, like I have to do that. I have to do this. Or setting a list or reminders, or in your notepads on your phone kind of thing. So it's there and you see it, you're on your phone all the time, right? And then you can set it. There's a lot of, like, I'm thinking more fitness related stuff, obviously, because I feel like that's a big thing for like New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
And I think it's also one of the most commonly failed goals too, because people don't know how to navigate it as well as compared to like some other things. Because I know, like, when it comes to like getting our health in check, it's never it's never a linear path of progress. It's always going to be an uphill battle. It'll be a roller coaster. It's going to be all over the place, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, if it's a linear path, then I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you. You got it easy, but like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, making a visual, writing it down, definitely helps for me personally. I like my agendas. I am a very old school. I like my book, my written agendas that have my schedules and my goals and my to-dos lists. I'm very much like that. That being said, we're just about running out of time for today, but we really are thankful for all of you guys that watch our show every week. We hope you guys have an amazing way of ringing in the 2023 new year, and we hope you all, if you are setting goals for the new year, achieve those goals and are also taking maybe some of our tips as well. But with that being said, thanks for tuning in, and we'll all see you next week.
Thank you, Shannon. We have some announcements that you may be interested in participating in, so please have your pens and papers ready. Sahas Community Service Society provides a free helpline for those who are in a crisis and need to speak to someone. They're here to listen, and they're here to provide critical support, information, and resources for individuals and families in need. They have trained staff, and they're just one call away. Call them at 604-900-9221. PICS is doing a mega job fair on February 8th, 2023 at the Italian Cultural Center in Vancouver. The address is 3075 Solcan Street. There will be over 100 plus exhibitors to draw thousands of job seekers from all over the Lower Mainland. And for more information, please call Lily Dadral at 604-596-7722. Local 331. Sadly, we ran out of time for today's show, but I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I love bringing it to you. If you had missed our show today, you can always watch it on Sundays at 4:30 in BC and 5:30 in Alberta time. And no show is complete without our sponsors. So if you'd like to sponsor the show for the Fijian community, then please call Camila at 604-537-5123. Before I leave, I'll leave you with these thoughts. What we give to the poor is what we carry, what we leave. Peter Marin. I'm your host, Pranay Sharma. We're also on YouTube and Instagram, so please check us out on all of our social medias, and we'll be here with you guys all next week. In the meantime, please stay safe and stay healthy. See you guys, and thank you for spending our evening with us.
Ain't fat, double shot your fingers, then you lean back. All out of state, 20 days, they never seen that. Ain't fat, double shot your fingers, then you